guys, this is Christina Kasky with Forever Board Soapery, and today we are making a batch of Leonidas' Addiction with Pumice, previously known as Leo's 50 Shades. Sold down to my last, I don't know, I've got like 6 bars left in the store here right now. So we are going to make a batch of this guy up, and we are also going to chat a little bit about how I got started making my first bar of soap. So in the bin here, I have added my milk, and you can see I'm just adding my lye right now. And we're just going to get this all blended up to emulsion. While that's blending, I'll give you guys a quick story about how I got peed on and I couldn't get the smell out. If you have the time and you like this video, subscribe to my channel to follow me on my soap making journey, learn about the farm and anything else that I get bored and decide to video record. I did throw some links in the description box as well for you guys for the soapery and farm websites if you're interested. Both are forever a work in progress. I'm definitely not, it's not my top skill set, but I do keep working on them every day, so they always get a little bit better. Today I'm going to chat with you about the unique experience that only goat lovers will understand, the buck stink, and how my goat's milk soap actually removes that stubborn smell. So as some of you may know, my husband and I started a hobby farm a few years back, and due to our land limitations, we decided to get our milk from Nigerian dwarf goats. They are small, they're easy to handle, and they do fit our space pretty good. And of course, in order to get goat's milk, you have to breed your goats. And in order to breed your goats, you do need a buck. Now, we were warned, but nothing can still prepare you for the smell of a buck in rut. Did you know that bucks actually pee on their faces to attract the ladies? Yes, they can aim that well, and yes, the ladies do love it. That unique eye-stinging scent will stick to you like glue. No matter how much I scrubbed with my store-bought liquid soaps, I could not get the smell off my hands after hanging out with the boys. I would literally, strong fragrance stuff, you name it, and scrub, and you'd still there would be buck stink still there. It was just awful. As the boys are my favorite, I was not about to stop petting them, but I sure needed to be able to remove the stink. Nobody out in the world wanted to smell me if I was walking around with some buck stink on me. This is where one of my mentors came in. We were chatting about the boys' unique smell and our love of the boys specifically. And Chris Grab over at Country Magic Nigerian Dwarf Goats, she had said to me, you have to make your own soap. It will get the smell out, no problem. And I thought, really? At this point, not really trusting it, but she does have a lot of goats, and she has a lot of boys, and she spends a lot of time with her boys. So I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. So I picked up a bar of her soap at a store that she was selling in, and sure enough, the stink was gone. I tested it over and over and was floored that the handmade soap would do what so many store-bought soaps would not. And I became very interested, so I began learning as much as I could and took a course on how to make soap, which snowballed very quickly, and I began making for myself, and then of course for family and friends. Just popping back to the soap here quickly, you see there that I've got the fragrance, the pumice, the colorant, and some kaolin clay there all mixed up in that little jar, and I'm going to add it into the batter now that it's reached emulsion. Have any of you guys ever made soap? Comment below if you have, or if you would like to one day. I'm always surprised by how many people out there actually have made soap too. I get customers coming in here all the time to telling me they either currently make soap, they used to make soap, you name it. There's so many people who enjoy making soap. For me, I was definitely addicted. I had to learn about cosmetic notification forms, superfats, lye heavy soaps, and of course how to make a good bar of soap with goat's milk. After what feels like a bazillion batches, I started to sell to anyone who would buy. I even had a little shop in my vacation trailer, which didn't really pan out with winter months. Heating that trailer was insane the first year I did it. I started selling at markets, which went really well, and I will continue to do. And now at the end of 2022, I have started my very own shop on December 1st, where I sell all of the soapy things. So I've got my soaps, my scrubs, my deodorants, lip balm, shampoo and conditioner bars. I even started making some shave creams, and who knows what else I'll start making. I'm having a good time. Stick with me to the end of the video, and I'll share my very first soap recipe with you as well. I followed so many wonderful soap makers as part of this kind of journey that I'm on, and I still do. On YouTube, I follow people like Soap and Clay, Nelson Soapery, Jerica Zimmerman, Soy and Shay, and so many more that guided me and encouraged me to try one more new technique or product. If boredom ever does strike again, I know that they're all going to be there for me to inspire some new creations. I told a bit of a fib there at the beginning of this. I said I was making the pumice soap, and I'm not. This is a different video for sure. I am actually making my salt scrub bars. They've got pink Himalayan salt in them, not pumice. And these guys are fragranced. I'm not even sure. Let me double check here. Well, that was harder than it needed to be. It is Silver, Spruce, and Empress Peach. So completely different soap than what I talked about at the beginning, because I don't know. I found this video and realized I hadn't recorded it yet and thought, well, I'll do it, assuming it was the 50 Shades, but it is not. It is this pink Himalayan sea salt soap with Silver, Spruce, and Empress Peach fragrance in them. It's very, very nice. I'm just getting it really well mixed in. I did have some problems with this one. You'll see here when I start the pour. The salt just wanted to settle to the bottom, not really stay suspended. I ended up getting a good portion mixed in, but towards the end here, I do still have quite a bit left over. So what I end up doing is taking my first 4 containers here, because of course I pulled out 4 containers, forgetting I was having a great time, that the salt is of course going to make the batch go further than it normally would because there's so much salt in it. So I filled my 4 main containers here, and they will be kind of my standard salt bars. And then for the extra container that I had, I'm making that one into more of a foot soap. Just because it's going to have a little bit more salt in it and be a little more scrubby. It'll be really good for those dry, cracked heels, that sort of thing, to really get in there and kind of scrub all that dead skin away and make your feet nice and soft afterwards. So that kind of ended up being my plan there, is to have an extra scrubby bar that I'll have separated from the regular salt bars for people to try as well. Have you guys ever tried a salt bar soap? I made some a while back, and I had a lot of people who really like them. They really like that extra scrub of what the salt bars do. I'll be honest, I found them a bit drying, and of course I did some research and it says that they're not supposed to be drying. They in fact help your body retain the moisture. which I thought was very interesting. But I'm not sure that I felt that for myself. I think they would be a better bar for somebody with oily skin. I already have a bit of dry skin, so I didn't find that that was super great. They did a really good job of, how do I explain this? I don't know. They did a really good job of scrubbing. They did a really good job of, it was a nice hard bar. Yeah, anyways, we'll see. I look forward to testing this one out and seeing if I had the same issue or if it was a one-off, that sort of thing. You'll see here I had pulled out a little mold thinking, oh, I'll put it all in there. And then I realized how much there was going to be of it and how much salt was left in the container. And that's when I decided to make the foot scrub bars and pulled out another bigger mold to add the remaining mixture into. I do this a lot when I'm making soap. And I think it's pretty standard from watching other soap makers as well. You have a plan. You always have a plan. And it almost never goes the way that you planned it to, which is what it is. I think that's part of the experience. Is it's always a bit of a surprise at the end of the day what you actually get made from your soaps. So again, stay to the end of the video. I'll throw up a quick little screenshot of the recipe for my Forever Board very first soap made ever. And yeah, other than that, everything's looking really good. I just want to thank you guys for joining me today and chatting with me about my goat's milk soap and how it removes those tough smells. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments below, and I look forward to talking to you very, very soon.